You wake up before your alarm, not by choice. Your body already knows the schedule. It learned it through repetition, not intention. The same soft light through the blinds, the same few minutes of stillness before the day starts asking for things. You lie there longer than you need to, not resting, just delaying motion. The calendar looks familiar before you even check it, meetings stacked in predictable places, deadlines you've seen coming for weeks. The commute follows the same route it always does. The same turns, the same stops. The same company name appears on every paycheck, year after year. You call this stability, a good salary, benefits that make sense on paper, something reliable you can plan around without surprises. From the outside, it looks like success. From the inside, it feels quieter than you expected. You earn more than your parents ever did. You live in a way they would have described as comfortable, even impressive. You don't worry about survival. You worry about time slipping past without leaving a mark. Yet some mornings, you stare at the ceiling and feel oddly behind. Not panicked, not desperate, just aware that something isn't moving the way it should. Your days are full. Your calendar stays packed. Your income is solid and predictable. But the sense of forward motion feels thin, like effort without distance. You're busy, but not advancing. You tell yourself this is what security looks like. Most people would be grateful to be here. That thought settles the discomfort before it has time to turn into a question. You're told early on that this is the goal: a stable job, a rising salary, benefits you can explain to family without hesitation. If the number is high enough, you're doing well. If the paychecks arrive on time, you're safe. That belief feels obvious, almost boring. It's what parents quietly hope for, what schools shape you toward without saying it out loud. Security becomes predictability, knowing what comes in, knowing what comes next. A salary promises exactly that. Every 2 weeks, money appears without negotiation or risk. No selling, no waiting, no uncertainty, just consistency. So when life feels tight, you don't question the structure. You assume the solution must exist inside it. A raise would fix this. A promotion would help. Because if income equals security, then more income must mean more freedom. That belief sits quietly underneath almost every financial decision you make. It doesn't announce itself, it doesn't argue, it simply points you in a direction, and most people never notice it's there. That belief doesn't come from nowhere. It's reinforced constantly in small, forgettable ways. School trains you to trade time for grades. Jobs train you to trade time for money. The cleaner the trade, the safer it feels. A salary removes uncertainty from the surface of life. You don't wonder who will pay you this month. Bills get paid on schedule. Plans get made weeks ahead. Vacations get booked before you need them. Life feels organized and contained. Compared to past generations, it looks like progress. They worried about layoffs, shortages, and instability. You worry about meetings, deadlines, and performance reviews. That feels like an upgrade. So when stress shows up, you don't blame the structure, you blame the number. If the salary were higher, this would feel easier. That conclusion feels logical because nothing in your daily routine suggests the system itself could be creating pressure. It's steady, it's familiar, and familiarity often gets mistaken for safety. This is where the feeling starts to make sense. Let me introduce you to Julie. She's 34, she earns a solid salary. On paper, she's doing well by every visible measure. Her job sounds respectable when she explains it. Her income sounds impressive when she says it out loud. She gets paid every 2 weeks. Before taxes, the number looks strong enough to feel reassuring. It creates a brief sense of relief, like things are under control. After taxes, it shrinks. Not dramatically, just enough to notice. Julie checks her bank app the morning her pay hits. The balance jumps for a moment. It feels like breathing room. It feels temporary, but welcome. Then the alerts begin. Rent clears overnight, right on schedule. Utilities post before lunch. A subscription renews without asking. Insurance takes its share quietly. A payment she forgot about slides through without comment. Each alert is small. None of them feel alarming. By the time Julie checks again that evening, the number has already settled into something smaller and familiar. Her money doesn't arrive as a choice. It arrives already divided. The decisions were made earlier, spread across commitments that felt reasonable when they were set. Each one made sense at the time. Together, they feel permanent. What's left isn't a decision, it's residue. There's enough to feel normal, enough to feel responsible, not enough to feel ahead. And because the money disappears on schedule, it never feels like loss. It doesn't trigger alarm. It feels like life functioning the way it's supposed to. What's actually happening is simple but easy to miss. When money arrives whole and leaves in fragments, your brain tracks comfort, not progress. Each expense feels harmless on its own. Rent makes sense, food is normal, transportation feels necessary, subscriptions feel small. No single payment looks dangerous. Together, they leave no room to move. This isn't accidental. Predictable income pairs perfectly with predictable obligations. The system responds to steady pay by offering steady exits for that money. Bills align with pay cycles. Payments are timed to feel manageable. The friction stays low by design. Julie never experiences loss all at once. She experiences continuity. That continuity creates a quiet ceiling, not on income, but on flexibility. As long as money flows through narrow channels, nothing ever piles up, and without accumulation, nothing changes. Over time, that ceiling starts to press down. Julie's life feels full but narrow. Her schedule is packed, her commitments are fixed, everything depends on the next paycheck arriving on time. Walking away doesn't feel like an option, neither does pausing. Even small interruptions feel expensive. The obligations don't scare her, they anchor her. A better apartment felt like progress, a newer car felt deserved. Each upgrade came with comfort, each one also reduced her margin. The life looks better from the outside. Inside, it feels heavier to move. Now, leaving the job would mean undoing her life, not just changing work. That's the trap, not poverty, predictability. When income is steady and expenses are fixed, behavior tightens without anyone noticing. You don't explore, you maintain. You protect what you've built because it depends on continuity. Decisions get filtered through a single quiet question. Will the paycheck keep covering this? The system doesn't need pressure or force. It only needs you to keep choosing comfort over space. And most people do. By now, the pattern should feel familiar. A salary doesn't fail because it's too small. It fails because of what it asks in return. Predictability traded for flexibility. Comfort traded for space. The system doesn't trap you by taking everything. It traps you by taking just enough over and over until movement feels risky. So the real question isn't why work feels endless, it's why stability feels so fragile. Security isn't the size of a paycheck, it's the distance between what you earn and what already owns it. Most people never notice that distance. They feel busy, responsible, successful. But once you see the structure, the feeling changes, not into panic, into clarity. Comfort and freedom are not the same thing, and a system built on predictability will always prefer one over the other. What you do with that understanding is not the point yet. Seeing it is.